Welcome to the Rock Interview Series with host Thomas S. Orwatt Jr.
Hello, and welcome to another special edition of the Rock Interview Series. I'm Thomas Orwatt Jr., and for this episode, I uploaded a previously unavailable audio interview that I conducted with Wayne Static of Static X. This interview was conducted on September 21st, 2009, while Static X was on tour in support of their sixth studio record, Cult of Static. Unfortunately, this would turn out to be the last Static X record that Wayne recorded before his untimely death on November 1st, 2014, 3 days before his 49th birthday. So let's get started. Here he is, the legendary Wayne Static. Before we get started, please subscribe to the Rock Interview Series. Hey Wayne, how you doing?
Good, huh?
You guys just played a gig, from what I understand, in Oklahoma?
Yeah, just got off stage.
Wow, is it a festival or something?
Yeah, it's a big radio show, all day kind of thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Now, your U.S. leg of your tour is currently winding down. How's everyone holding up so far?
Everyone's doing good. We're all excited to go home for a week, and then we got to go to Europe after that, which I'm not a huge fan of Europe, so,
Now, you played some pretty high-profile gigs over the last few weeks. You played the Rock on the Range. How did that go over for the band?
Oh, it was great. It was awesome. Huge crowd. It was a good show.
You said you're going over to Europe in a couple weeks or so. How popular is Static X over there?
We have fans there. We do okay. We're not as big there as we are here in the U.S. just because we haven't spent as much time over there. But the big thing about Europe is doing all the festivals. So most of the shows are festival shows. And, that's really the way to do it, because when you hit, tens of thousands of people every day.
Now, when you come back from Europe, you're starting a tour with Mudvayne and Black Label Society. There's very few details of that tour have been revealed. Can you tell us what size venues you're playing and approximately when the tour is going to start?
The approximate start date is July 22nd, but I don't have any, official routing or official dates or anything like that. They're still putting it together, but it's the tour is definitely going to happen. I know that, and I haven't seen any of the venues yet either.
Do you know if it's going to be amphitheaters or is it going to be bigger clubs, or you don't know yet?
I think it's going to be bigger clubs and bigger theaters. I don't think they're going to do it in clubs.
Now your most recent CD, Cult of Static, I feel is the most solid CD of your career. How difficult was it to write and record the CD for you?
Well, thanks for the compliment. I feel the same way. I think it's the best thing I've ever written. It was, I took a bit longer writing than normally, and it was a little bit different this time around. Tony was gone on tour with Ministry the whole year, and so I just moved the studio to my house and basically wrote the whole record by myself. And just kind of worked every night, late hours kind of thing. And, spent a lot of time on it.
The music industry has really changed. From the way you recorded your very first CD to the way you recorded this CD, it's really changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, with Constant Death Trip, we actually recorded on an old 2-inch machine, analog tape, and everything. I guess machine we did the same as that, and then everything since then we've done with Pro Tools. But I try not to get too overindulged in the whole Pro Tools thing, and I don't like to try to over-edit things and make things sound too perfect or anything like that. So, other than just the machine, the device we're recording on, we really haven't changed the way we record very much.
This CD was produced again by John Travis. What kind of role does he play with as far as producing the CD? Obviously, you're the brains behind the project and everything. But what kind of what does he add to the sound? I guess is what I'm asking.
Yeah, well, I like to have a good engineer there, of course. We need someone there to make it sound good, and I like to have another guy to work with who really just to kind of throw different ideas in there and a different perspective on things. And you know, I've co-produced all of our records, but I like having another partner there to kind of, you know, keep things in check and throw different ideas in. And John kind of comes at it from a different perspective. He's not really a metal guy. He's more of a rock and roll and a punk rock guy. So he has some different ideas than some of the other people we've worked with in the past.
Now, it must have been really satisfying for you when the CD debuted at number 16 on the Billboard charts.
Oh, I thought it was awesome. You know, I knew we'd do good because it's a great record. But, you know, realistically, you know, a lot of people don't buy CDs these days. So I was pleasantly surprised that we charted that well.
What kind of influence does your record company have on the band nowadays? I mean, they're not, you know, the influence can't be as big as it was back then, because back then when you first started it was make or break. Now it's like, you know, they kind of need you more than you need them. Do you think that's true?
They've never really had any influence at all. The only record that they actually stepped in and told us that we, you know, what to do and stuff was Shadow Zone, and that ended up being a real controversial record, and a lot of our hardcore fans didn't like it, and you know, but that's the only record that they've ever had any input whatsoever. Nowadays, we just make the record ourselves, pay for it ourselves, and then turn it into them and say, here it is, you know, and it seems to work out good that way.
So basically your record company is just there to distribute your CD. That's basically... Yeah. I mean, we've proven ourselves, and we have a solid fan base, and, you know, so at this point they totally trust, you know, that we're going to give them something great, and, you know, they just put it out and market it. Now, the first single from your CD I thought was the perfect single to pick. Stingray is just an incredibly intense song. The video for it was just mind-blowing. How are you going to follow that up? Well, we're switching over to Z28 right now for the second single. And currently we don't have a video for it, but, you know, videos aren't as important as they used to be, so I'm not really too worried about it. You've stated in many interviews that Kiss was one of your favorite bands growing up. Have you ever had a chance to open up for them? No, we've never played together. I've met both Paul and Gene on several occasions, but we've never played with them. But I don't really have any desire to either. It's kind of like, you know, anyone who's going to see Kiss is really just going to see Kiss, and they're not really going to give a crap about the opening band, so it doesn't really matter to me, you know. Now, a few years back, Static X performed on Ozfest. Now, that tour that you played on was when Ozfest was free. Was that a good decision to do that without getting paid? I mean, did it all end up working out for the band? I think it was a good decision. I think it really kind of brought us back into the mainstream a little bit, you know, because a lot of people go to Ozfest that don't normally go out to club shows. So a lot of people got to see us that hadn't seen us in a long time, and we lost a little bit of money. You know, we got a whole bunch of sponsors to kick in some money, you know, like ESP guitars and Monster energy drinks, and, you know, the label kicked in a little money, and we made some up with merchandise. You know, we lost a little bit of money, but I think ultimately it was a good investment. And didn't you also meet your wife there as well, right? Yeah. So in that perspective, it was awesome. Best tour of my life. Very cool. My last question I have for you, Wayne, is you've accomplished quite a bit in your career. What do you still want to accomplish as a musician? Is there anything that, you know, you really aspire to do that you haven't done already? I don't know. You know, we've kind of done everything we've set out to do. At this point, you know, I just want to keep things rolling and you know, keep going, keep pushing ahead, and, you know, I don't have any goals of trying to become the next Metallica or anything like that, but we've definitely made our mark, and you know, I see it's more of like someone like a Slayer or something like that. They could just keep on going, and everyone knows who they are, and we'll continue to do well. Yeah, that's awesome. Wayne, I want to thank you for your time, and good luck on the rest of the tour, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you somewhere on the road somewhere. All right, man. Cool. Right, take it easy. Bye.